Hey, welcome to the Daily Divine Thirsty Thursday. I'm excited about today. And at this time, I'd like to just take a moment to clear some space between our beautiful hearts. Calling on God, our ancestors, and all who love us unconditionally to support us all to rise and answer the call that only we hear from within. So, welcome. I will do my Palo Santo, and then we're going to start with some singing bowls. For those who don't know, my name is lisalyle. This is my channel here on YouTube. Welcome. A very warm welcome to you, whether you're new or you are coming back. I thank you so much for being here, and trust that something that you hear here, feel here, will support you on your path of fulfillment and joy in this lifetime. As a spiritual leader, as a spiritual guide and teacher, and I feel like that's really important to say right at the beginning here, and it hasn't been said in a long time. If you are guided here and you resonate with anything that is shared here, it is an absolute certainty that you are here as a spiritual healer, energy worker, teacher. You're here for great purpose. And so I thank you for showing up. At this time, I'd like to ask that I am a clear and pure channel to bring through messages from Source Divine, loving and kind, with the intention of our greatest and highest manifestation in this lifetime via the pathway of healing and a calm central nervous system. So thank you. Welcome. How's it going? Before I get speaking too much, I'd like to just encourage you to take a few deep breaths. I have to get myself a little more comfy for this. A few deep breaths, settle in, and be open to receive any support that may be here for you today. Today I have the throat chakra singing bowl, which is what we're going to start with, and the solar plexus chakra singing bowl. So here we go. I just heard there's truth in your power, and your power is truth. The truth lives and breathes as you. Okay. If you're here at this point, I want you to really, I'm feeling guided to say relax and breathe in, because it's almost like something is holding you, holding us back from speaking our truth, from sharing facts. Relax. So take a couple deep breaths. Let's see if we can clear this. Keep going. Good. Nice work, everyone. That was really good. That cleared up. And as it was clearing up, there was like, I was feeling this rise of excitement. And what's clearing up is our receptivity to receiving the spiritual support that is constantly streaming toward us for our um, benefit, for our upliftment. But the word beneficence, I don't know if that's a word. And if it is, it sounds like something like a Catholic word or something. Beneficence. Just let me move this so it doesn't. Beneficence. Okay, so right off the top, that was nice. Thank you so much. I hope you enjoyed that. I hope you felt a shift. And let's just dive a little deeper into this for today. So this feels like, every time we connect, it's for the collective. It's like an energetic stream that we're all swimming within. Some of us may be doing the doggy paddle. Some of us may be just doing, the breaststroke, the backstroke, maybe some fancy diving too. So as I was shuffling the card, benevolence. I know benevolence. I'm not, yeah. Yeah. So perhaps that's it. Thank you, Dawn, and welcome. Nice to see you here. So as I was shuffling these cards, this is the what is this called? Oh my gosh. This is this deck. Yes, the Mystic Art Tarot by the beautiful late Sherilyn. Feel guided to show her picture. I hope they have a picture of her in here. Oh, anyways, no, they don't. Okay, so as I was shuffling these cards, I was really connecting with the ancestors, and really ultimately our highest divine self. And so the first card that came out is the Guardian's card, We are guided and protected, and we are the ones, you are the one here as the seed of change blowing on the winds of change. And what is that? It looked like a bumblebee, but it's in my apartment because it just about flew up to my face. We'll have to see if that guy reappears. This is just confirmation of the play of our consciousness in the here and now. And we're here and now. Here it comes again. I think it's just a big black housefly. In the here and now, we are the stream of consciousness. We are the seed that is, through our own acts of love and self-service, we are the bringers of dreams. We are the energy workers here, healing, doing the inner work. And with any luck, fulfilling our path of purpose 1111 here to uplift and support others through this transition. And if you're here, chances are you've been, and if you're a similar vintage to me, you've probably been doing your work for years. Not probably, you have been doing your work for years, decades. And still you're here, and still you're shining. And yes, perhaps it doesn't appear like what you imagined. And yet, perhaps you were never truly able to imagine what was meant to appear for you. And the reason that you're still here, there's a reason. There's a reason. And we are so tuned in. This is like the ultimate connection to source. The ultimate connection to source. And we each are the ultimate connection of source. And we're each here on this journey of self-mastery, 1111. And, we've got, it was just 1221 there. And there's one viewer and one thumbs up. If you're here and you're resonated, catching this on the replay. And I trust whenever you catch this, if it's 5 years out, we're May 15th, 2025 right now. If you're catching this in 2020, 2030, 2040, I trust that there will be something here, because this awakening, this healing, this restoration of benevolence, but it's not benevolence. It's, we are the benefactors, is what I'm going to have to look that up. Beneficent. We are the benefactors of all good things, because we continue to show up for ourselves. And so things 1313, the divine feminine, it is the pathway of softness. And there is a call, and it's challenging. Let's be honest. It's challenging to settle into the softness, particularly if, many of us walk those here for higher purpose tend to walk a rather solitary path because of the healing work that is done on the backside, in the background. And so sometimes, and I would say, because I am a woman, so I'm going to speak from a woman's perspective, and I'm a woman who would have been born of the generation that was, the feminist movement, the women were burning bras, we could do the same things as men could do, all of that, stuff, which has put us in a position today where, that feminist movement truly didn't do a great service to women. And these days, it's a joke, really. It's like, I kept hearing all day yesterday. I live in Canada, for those who don't know. And it's like a banana republic. It's like some ridiculous movie. I can't believe. Maybe that's the whole thing, though. We have the starring role in this movie that is the real of our life. And we're here to get real. And we're here to heal. And we heal by getting real. And that looks like, it looks like a eagle flying there with the snake. We are transforming through our connection to source, through our ability to move through the storms. And that came up yesterday in the Whimsical Wednesday interactive offering, was like flying, getting through the storm. And so we are transforming. And look at that, the head of the eagle right in the third eye here. And the eagle is in direct communion to source. You are in direct communion to source. And source is a calming presence. Our soul's essence is a calming presence. It's not like, I guess for many of us, sensitive ones, those walking, with our guardians in the higher spiritual realms while having a third dimensional experience on Mother Gaia, Mother Earth, who supports our healing. It's meant to be a more peaceful journey, right? More inclusive. And yet what we see taking place externally, and it's been going on for a long time, the external is the giving away of the personal power. And as a result, everyone's fired up, everybody's heated up, everybody's, exploding, and really not even sure what they're exploding about and what they stand for. And I'm all about world peace and world prosperity, and all children are worthy. Yes, we are. I'm all for that. And I'm also very much about charity begins at home. And it's the relationship that we have with ourselves, and we're growing. And, I would just like to say thank you for the beautiful work you do. And I know it's not easy, and yet you're guided and protected every step of the way, and you're receiving a lot of, I've been feeling this really intergalactic energy about for the last couple of days. It's always there, but in our journeys, because we're here having this third dimensional experience as humans, HUEMANS, who are feeling and having emotions and, just busy surviving. Our loved ones, our spirit guides, are those God, source, creator, whatever you'd like to call that consciousness that is responsible for all of this. Because there's so much fighting around this, and people claim they're doing what they do for some God that loves us all. It doesn't. And so the rise after the fall is the remembering that charity begins at home, within the human living as, flesh and bone, blood and water. And yesterday in the Whimsical Wednesday interactive, if you haven't seen it yet, go back and check it out. May 14th, it was done live. I feel like I'm going to record those interactive ones. I get a little distracted with the chats on those. It's coming back to this place of purity at heart, and the connection has always been within us. There's nothing external to us. We're here for this, and this is the healing. So I was guided to a couple of familiar decks and one less familiar, but we've got the Gaia Oracle, and I'm going to pull us some cards. So some practical guidance that helps us to feel peaceful, because the idea that charity begins at home, it's about, before we can go out there. And at one time, the country I lived in was a really, or maybe it never was, there was the perception of the do-gooders, oh, you're from Canada. Canadians are so peaceful. I mean, we apologize to each other. It's funny because we have like these standoffs at a stop sign. I mean, there's rules of the road, right? There's rules of the road. But we'll be there like, no, you go. No, you go. Go. And I bump into a wall and I'm like, oh, sorry, So yet it's not like that today. So I guess this is a message about one card flipped. This is a message about foreign aid. If you're not doing good on the home front, how can you expect to be an example anywhere else? And throwing money at problems, throwing money at anything that's not peace is not productive. It's just causing harm. Humans, HUEMANS, all kinds of religions, all kinds of denominations, those non-believers, daydream believers, everybody is impacted by it. And nobody deserves it. Nobody deserves it. This is what we deserve. Dissolving unwanted or disturbing thoughts. And it begins with us. This is the card that flipped. Number 43, which is a 7. It begins with us and our ability to honor the whisperings of perhaps the child that lives within, the purity of source that lives within, nature and the elements, the silent whispers of the heart. Yeah, the heart. It's all about the heart. That is the compass. And it's through our heart that we heal. And we heal via the pathway of creating our art. So there's something about that. 39, which comes to a 12. Beyond the veil of illusion, again, that throat chakra is lit up. And when we were doing the singing bowl at the beginning, there was quite a resistance as we were going clockwise there through the left side of the singing bowl. And again, that's the receptive, that's the intuitive, that's the perceptive, that's the feminine. And the feminine just simply seeks a safe space to land and to nest and do her own thing, our own thing. And back to the feminist movement, this has had us really moving away from natural order, the natural flow and rhythms of things, and the understanding and the awareness that we do as men and women have different roles. And yes, I'm not disputing, within us all, whether we're a man or a woman, there is the opposite energy. And that doesn't mean we have to go and change our beautiful divinity as we restore balance through the personal experience, the self-mastery, the healing, knowing we're guided and protected. And we are going to achieve that which we stay focused on. Focus has been a huge word for me in recent days. Focus, focus, focus. Stay focused. And it's another 8. Stay focused, because you are here, we are here in service to the soul's eternal essence that currently lives and breathes as the temporary human being that is we. Via the pathway of forgiveness, we are free. And we cannot free the other until we have freed ourselves from within, until we have liberated ourselves from the limitations of thoughts, the thoughts about the way that we feel that keep us spinning our wheels and throwing up mud all over the place. That maybe I won't make a big noise. We will rock you is what came in. But this is the consciousness. This is what we are here to elevate. And we are going to achieve our goals. It's time to let yourself, this was upside down there. It's time to release yourself from this purgatory energy into the benevolence, into the beneficiary of what is. Hey, Kiva, welcome, sis. Yeah, to release yourself from the limiting self-talks or the limitations of self-talk. And we're doing that. Free your mind and the rest will follow. Free your mind. I don't know who's saying that. Anyways, I don't want to start singing today. There feels like it's an important message today. And I love that the perception and the universal Christ card came out and I was guided to place them beside one another because the Christ, the message is really, you are the gateway of light. We are the gateways of light. We are the resurrection of the light, the divine, the feminine and masculine Christ. And we each have a unique role to play. It's not the same. And yet it is complementary. We are here to support one another, and many, humans upon this, upon the earth at this time have put themselves in this sort of purgatory. Oh, right under purgatory, we have the prophet and then the matrix and then the Magdalene. Okay, we're stopping there. And the heart and soul and co-creation. I mean, it doesn't get any better. And Mother Mary. So, and perception again. This is like, we are here to support one another. We're here to restore balance. If you are tuned into this, whenever you're tuned into this, you are worthy and deserving of support. And it's there for you. It's here for us now. And it's up to each of us via that proverb of charity beginning at home to clean our side of the street, to do our work. It's, what am I saying? It's a divine responsibility. So let's begin to kind of wrap this up. Not wrap it up, the cards though. It just felt like the singing bowls and then the cards, and it was very deliberate about the decks today. And so now we're going to pull a couple cards from the Shaman's Dream Oracle just to kind of round it up. The wall, breaking down the wall. The master, this is an 11. 5 plus 6 is 11. The master, you, the one here now tuned in on this journey of self-mastery via your direct communication to source, a loving God, a loving creator, father, mother, all rolled into one. And these walls are coming down, and you are the portal of light, the channel of light that's making this transition of being the glitch in the matrix, of standing and speaking your truth as, a prophet of these times, the modern day mystic, ancient wisdom coming to life now. It's okay to feel like a misfit. Here you fit. Welcome. Welcome, my fellow misfit. Should we get t-shirts? Yeah, and this was already said. It's right at the beginning, Kiva. Very, very beginning. But this was already, surrender. surrender into safety. And that's a big that's a big call from the feminine. And the call is that you are safe with me, and the call is to the one who brings safety and security. I've often spoken about, Frank and missing the adult conversations. Yes, you fit. And yesterday I was feeling into that a little bit more as I was driving to the job. And oh yeah, I was driving to the job. Literally, I was not 60 seconds from my home, and I was at a red light on a bridge, and I have a sunroof in the car. The sunroof was open, and this this Cooper's hawk was literally, it was being chased by another bird, a starling or something, but it was literally flying 5 feet over this bridge, did this it was so close. I felt like I could reach out and touch it. It did this flying thing. Well, flying thing. It was flying around as this little bird was chasing it. Then it flew right over my car and then onto the other side of the bridge and then flew away. And it felt so much like, a visit from Frank. Cooper's hawk was my thing, his thing, our thing, and one of our things. And I was just like in awe. I was grateful for the red light. And I watched the whole thing unfold, and I felt so supported. And it was shortly after being here with you doing the Whimsical Wednesday messages. And then I turned the radio on, and it was, I'm not going to sing the whole song, but it was like, I turn it on, and the first thing I hear is, baby, when I think about you, I think about love. Darling, if I live without you, I live without love. Feel like making... Who sings that? Anyways, that was the song. And I was like, oh my gosh, that was so Frank. Like I got like a little teary-eyed, but in a good way, because it comes back to these messages of being so supported. And yes, it was absolutely perfect, absolutely ridiculous. And I would expect nothing less from the man that was him in his new station. And so, we are just here to surrender. And if we can find some way, somehow, another 12, to stand in the safety and security of the knowledge that we are safe in the embrace of creation, God, creator, source, mother, father. And within each of us, it is the journey of bad company. Yes, that's it. Thank you. I was like, Peter Frampton? No, that's not Peter Frampton. Okay, yes. Bad company. And I mean, that's hilarious too, because have we been keeping bad company? As we say that, this card comes out. Closing the door, completion. Have we been running with a bad company? Right? And have we been allowing bad company to hold space with us, to sit in our court? And if we have, we're closing the door on that, because we are the portal to so much more. And it's hard to close the door, isn't it? Because closing the door may mean a connection that may be one of a few connections that we've had. And so, it's like, we're not desperate. This is not, those of you tuning in, there's no need to feel desperation about any situation that you find yourself in, because you are surrounded by guardians. You carry within you this higher knowledge of source, and you are here via your human experience to align yourself on the course of self-mastery, on the path of self-mastery, aligning yourself with your higher calling in this lifetime. And the higher calling often requires the deep dive into the wellspring of light that was once a child of delight, a child so interconnected to all things, there was very little fright. And then poof, something happened. Someone turned off the lights, and that child has been within our experience, sitting at the base of our spine in fright, waiting for acknowledgement. And we just keep running and inviting the bad company in. Soul Tribe Unite, yeah. Close the door on the past. There's nothing new there for you. There's nothing new there. So what are you doing? We're moving away from the groupthink, so to speak, and we're here for the soul speak. We're here for the soul speak. And we started this whole connection today with the throat chakra singing bowl. And it took us a while to clear it. We had to stop, we had to regroup, and we had to move through it collectively so that we could find our voice again. And it's the thoughts about the way we feel that keeps us spinning our wheel and whipping up mud, throwing up dirt. And yet within us, all of us, it is the key. We are the sacred key to all of it. And this is like mindful groupthink. This feels very much about this, like, yeah, let's use the groupthink for good. Remember, we were speaking of charity beginning at home. Let it begin at home. Let it begin with each of us, living in peace, living our dreams, working toward our dreams, staying focused. Many masks, another 11 here. Taking the masks off and coming back to the purity of the heart. I'm seeing this as a moth right now, and that's interesting, like a moth to a flame. And it's interesting that it's a white moth, because some of you may remember last spring, it may actually be pretty close to this time last spring, when I was sitting outside at the other place that we live, sitting out on the veranda late at night, and I was heavy. Frank was heavy on my mind, and I was like stressing out about having to find a new place to live. Anyways, something flew past me. Hey, sis, how's it going, Rena? Something flew past me and landed on the wall behind me, and it was a white moth. And I took a picture of it. The first picture was all blurry. You couldn't see it clearly. I wonder if I still have that on my phone. But I don't have my phone here. It was all blurry. And then I took a second picture, and it was clear. And the time of the first picture was 12:21. And they're saying, look at the bottom here. We got the joyful muse, number 33, bringing us back to the universal Christ energy, the pathway of forgiveness through the rectifying, the acknowledgement, and the unifying of the Trinity within us all, the left and right side, the left side being the feminine side of the body, the receptive, the right side being the masculine, the giver. And so we have to bring all of this into balance within ourselves so we can get to this, because this is what we're here for. And this is, the path of accomplishment. And you know what? This is the path of the prophet, the modern day mystic, the one who carries ancient wisdom to bring it forth in this time now. It's no more time where we can't hide anymore. We can't hide from ourselves anymore. Let's stop hiding from each other. If you're here and you resonate with that, hit the thumbs up. Whether you're watching the replay or the live, hit the thumbs up. It supports the thrive. Why are we all hiding? And what are we hiding from? And if you are hiding, it's only yourself. There's that fly again, or it came in earlier in the message. I thought it was a bee in the apartment here. Like, what are we hiding for? So I feel like that's a large part of the message today. And I just want to say hi to all of you who are here, my sisters, Dawn and Kiva and Rena. Thank you and welcome. So much to be here with you all on a Thursday. Wow, it's now a Thursday afternoon. It's actually Friday in my world, and that's exciting. And, it just feels like this is a time. Let's go right back to the first three cards that we got. The first one after the singing bowls was the guardian, as we were connecting with, our loved ones in spirit, the ancestors, the guardians, higher knowledge, and self-mastery. We are the keys. And everything that came after that was just confirmation. And so pay attention to the signs, because this is what this card speaks a lot to me about, is symbols, ancient wisdom, like symbols coming in. And when I was connecting with this a little bit ago, I was saying the intergalactic energies. I'm feeling also really here earth-based energies, the Terra energies, grounded. We're the ones here to get grounded. We are grounded. We were born into the flesh, right? So we're here, and we're here to remember who we are. And through the remembering, although it's not necessarily a cakewalk or an easy journey, it is a journey that brings more and more peace with each and every day. And if you're not having that experience, what are you doing? Yeah. Yes. Rena, if you haven't checked into any of the videos really since Saturday Night Live, maybe even Friday, like around Saturday, Sunday, Monday, from Saturday on, there was a lot of intensity. I'm glad you feel the release. I'm glad you cried. It doesn't matter why. It was a release. And we are the portal. We're the ones that, again, we're being called to surrender, offer ourselves the safety and security that we need. Yeah. You're so there, sister, like, and it has released. And there is still, let's be honest, right? Moment to moment, there is still, the word that's coming in now, I was thinking I was going to say, disease, like uncertainty, but uncertainty is the word that wanted to come in. I was going to say, discomfort or something. Anyways, uncertainty. There is an uncertainty. Oh, there are no guarantees, right? We don't know how, we didn't know that this is how our life was going to play out thus far, right? And yet we can trust, if you're here watching this, remember, you're here for a higher purpose. You are here as a healer, an energy worker, a teacher, uh, here to transform. Oh, and I wanted to speak about, so yesterday in the Whimsical Wednesday interactive that was done live, early in that message, and I spoke about it later on in the message, I spoke about it without knowing, how it was going to be viewed from those viewing it, their perspective. When I watched it back, so what happened, and it happened live, is there was like a power surge. The power went out, the Wi-Fi dropped, and I spent, I don't know, 5-6 minutes waiting for things to reboot back up. And, turn, like, yeah, it took a while for the Wi-Fi to come back up. And when I came back to the computer, I was going to restart. There's that fly again. When I was going to restart, I'm glad he made an appearance. There you go. That's what I was talking about earlier. When I came back to the computer I thought I was going to have to create a new live stream. It was still going live. And I think not Kiva, Bread was here. And I'm like, was that live the whole time? And she's like, yeah. So when I went back and watched it, like kind of fast through to see where that gap was, because I believe I told Kiva yesterday, I come back live at 11 minutes. There's no gap in the video. There's literally no gap. 4444. the angels are with us. They're kind of teasing us. It's like a little bit of a, and there's the fly right in front of my face. They're playing with us, and we are meant to play. Where's that joyful muse, right? Play the violin our way, sing and dance. Who cares if I can't sing? Hopefully my singing inspires you to sing along and sing if you can't sing too, right? Who cares? Who's happy? Who's happier? I think the feminine really is, has something to say and is open to hear and receive what the masculine in integrity has to say. Yeah, no gap. There was literally no gap. I don't understand that. And Kiva even made a comment on there. I guess she went and watched it back. And I'm like, if you go watch it back, it's at the 11-minute mark. I come back live. So I don't know. I don't know where that time went. And that's kind of representative of us. Maybe that's something for us to contemplate. Life is very quick. I still feel like I'm 30, but I'm closer to 60 than I am to 30. And that's like, wow, really? When did that happen? No, the blip was yesterday in the Whimsical Wednesday interactive messages. It was yesterday on May the 14th. But there was no blip. If you watch that, you're not going to see this blanked out. I'm sure I was down for 6 to 8 minutes of time. I don't know. I'll have to maybe go back and listen. Yeah, it was yesterday. So what is it that you got to say? And what is it that you're saying to yourself? Are the things you're saying to yourself, are they supporting this? Or are they supporting, because we're here to surrender. We're here to shift our perception. The bottom card on this deck is perception. And we pulled the perception card. And then we have the guardian angel, right? So we're removing obstacles on the path of self-mastery, right? The 1111, we are the gateway. We're all of it. We're the glitch in the matrix. Switching to glide, switching to ride. Switching, you decide. Are you going to switch, or are you going to keep wearing masks? Or are you going to take them off again? Another 11, mastery. And the masks are the obstacle, the walls that we built around our hearts, the walls that we built with our thoughts that tell us perhaps we're not good enough, we're not smart enough, we're not, how can I do this? I don't have the resources. Yes, you are. Yes, you do. If you're here watching this, everything is within you. You have it all. And then you got this. This was our very first card today after the singing bowls. You've got the guardians. You're here to walk the sacred journey of your heart, following your intuition, following your nudges, surrendering to what is. Where is that card? The heart and soul. Oh, there it is. The heart and soul. You are here to co-create with the divine via your heart and soul. Beyond the mind, the heart beats. We are music in motion, all of us. Sacred geometry. Let your heart speak. And I feel like this is like really a message, like, sisters. I mean, maybe there's some brothers here, and if there are, welcome. And I trust that, you found this space for a purpose. We know Milos has, Milos. And who's our other brother that shows his face here, shows his heart? Zach. We've got Zach and Milos in the fam. But this is about the feminine, and I just want to say, like, It's coming for you. He's coming for you. Yeah, poetry in motion. Potion in the ocean. The emotion is the potion in the ocean. And we're the ones riding the inner waves. And, riding the wave is more fun, I imagine, when we surrender. And this is like a dragonfly, right? Transformative butterfly, dragonfly, channel of light. We dance with, the stars at night. Here to open. I just heard gossamer wings through the pathway of love and forgiveness, and holding space for the reunion, creating space for the reunion within us. Stay focused on your dreams, and allow yourself to unfold as you gently honor the emotions you have. I know the word is stored, but I'm hearing stowed away. Stowed away. And then, of course, slip sliding away. Slip sliding away. The nearer your destination, the more you slip sliding away. You know it. And that's about time, right? Like time is of the essence, and the time is now. The time is always now. Allow that door to close. Whatever it is, here comes the fly again. It's almost like shoo fly, don't bother me, right? I will shoo him out of the door with no harm. He will get out. And that feels like representative of perhaps an energy in our lives that we're being asked to close the door on and say, no more, get out, shoo fly, don't bother me. I'm not connecting to see, here it comes again. I am not connecting to your sketchy, low vibratory energy. It's not welcome here anymore. And that's an act of self-love. And so congratulations for leveling up. And thank you for doing that. And as we do that, as you do that, as we do that, we level up, and those that we're disconnecting from, that perhaps we were once connected to, there's a hawk. We're also supporting them, and here comes the fly again. Yeah, share it here if you want to, Rena. I'm sure I will look it up. I had one of my favorite animal totem books was Animals Speak by Ted Andrews. I've loaned it to someone. If it's you and you're watching this and I loaned it to you, please, I'd love to have it back. My name's probably written in the front with my phone number, which hasn't changed. So you can reach out and return it. That was my absolute favorite book. I don't think he had the fly in it, but there's who's the other guy he worked with at Doreen Virtue, Stephen Farmer. But there's lots of spaces. Lynn's Animal Domain used to be a good one on Facebook. Yeah, that, I don't know who I loaned it to. I'm so upset. And I didn't have it. It's somewhere between moving out of Frank's house. Well, it's gone. Like I haven't had it since we moved out. So yeah. But the hawk is the higher perspective. I've already shared a hawk story here today. And I do feel like the fly, because it came in early and it was mistaken for a bumblebee. If you were here, you'll remember I said, oh, it's like, is that a bee? Because it's a big one. And, it did make its appearance, and it does feel like there's energies that as we say goodbye, as we close the door on that, we've changed. Other people don't have to change. Yet it is important to know that as we stand our ground and show ourselves love and show up for ourselves in loving ways, we others see this and they do too. So we have inspired them in some way to stand up for themselves too, right? We can't do work for other people, just like other people can't do work for us. We can support one another. And I feel like that's the space where we're at. If you're coming into connection, if you're coming into friendship or anything from a space of we got resiliency. Oh, okay. I'm going to read that in a sec. If we're coming together, you know, face to face, in this space, whatever, and we're doing so transparently, in integrity, we're not coming in with some low sketchy energy, we're not coming to hide, we're coming to be vulnerable and transparent with one another. These energetic connections are so great. They're a part of that tapestry we're all weaving together. What we're releasing and letting go of, and what we deserve. It's time for us to release and let go of those people that want to come into hold court with us, share space with us, that aren't coming in integrity, that aren't coming transparently, that aren't coming honestly. And we deserve that. And so thank you for being the seed of change that's blowing gracefully on the winds of change. It's funny, Rena. What day was it? Sunday. So there was a message for now on Sunday that was it was recorded on Saturday. So Saturday I was received strong guidance. So I'm closing my eyes because I get distracted a little bit by the chat, and I want to make sure I stay on point because it's like there's so much coming in right now, and I don't want my thoughts to tarnish it. So on Saturday, which was the 11th, was it the 11th or the 10th? We're at the 15th. Anyway, Saturday in the afternoon, I was strongly guided to record a message for the Scorpio full moon. And it was this very powerful feminine energy coming in. And so that message was recorded. If you want to have a look at it, it was released on Mother's Day, Sunday. Saturday night, we did a live. It was all around the Scorpio full moon. And it was either in the Saturday night live or the Saturday message that was premiered on Sunday, on Mother's Day, that the resilience card came out. And it had an image of a woman. There's that fly again. Had an image of a woman carrying a big, heavy sack with lots of new growth coming out of the sack, but carrying the sack and all the roots are coming out like she was on the move. And the message on the card was resilience. The word on the card was resilience. So, Rena, thank you so much for looking up about fly. Here is the message that Rena has found about fly, and I will allow myself to be intuitively guided to some messages, which I will also share in the comments of this live. But it says adaptability and resilience. Flies are incredibly adaptable, thriving in diverse environments and surviving even harsh conditions, making them a symbol of flexibility and resourcefulness. We have all the resources. Beautiful confirmation. We have all the resources. Persistence and determination. Despite their small size, flies are persistent and determined, constantly buzzing. We're going to do some bee sounding breath. So this is all tying together because I mentioned that in another video and we never did it together. So we're going to do it as we close this up today. Despite their small size, flies are persistent and determined, constantly buzzing around, reminding us to persevere and not give up our goals. We got that card, right? Keep it focused on your dream. Transformation and renewal. The fly's metamorphosis from larva to adult. And what else did we get here? The sky dancer. Where's the sky dancer? Tiny dancer. Tiny sky dancer. Transformation and renewal. The fly's metamorphosis from larva to adult symbolizes personal growth, change, and the potential for renewal, encouraging us to brace new beginnings. Wow. Yeah. Yeah. So, you know what? This is so beautiful. You are all amazing. Every single one of you, whenever you're watching this, you are phenomenal. You are here for great purpose as a seed of change, the sacred key, the one whose life has not been in vain. All of the pain you have healed is really, it's like new blood. I'm hearing new blood. There's this new flow because you have done the work and you haven't given up. And now you are, well, not now, always surrounded by the guardians as you follow your path of self-mastery, trusting the higher knowledge of source that lives within you, the joyful muse, inspiration, determination. Ah, thanks. Reflections, mirrors, mirror, mirror on the wall. Who's the one here to answer the call? We all are. Or perhaps some of you are just here for entertainment. I know you ladies aren't. Let's do the B sounding breath. So thank you. Okay, 12:35. I'm carpooling today. I got to pick up a couple of guys on the way to work, a couple of the guys that work, gentlemen. Okay, so we're going to do B sounding breath. So years ago, I'll see if I can find something I wrote about, or it was big when I was teaching yoga. So this was at the time when I had my own studio space and was doing all things healing in that space locally. And B sounding breath. And B sounding breath came in. I received it in one of my sessions down at the lake, and I was guided to do it. I got to take this off. I was guided to do it with the thymus tapping. Sorry. With some thymus tapping. And the message I was receiving at the time, because the high heart is the thymus gland. And this is where our, I don't want to get too convoluted. Our soul star chakra wants to come into our human experience via the high heart. And so once we've done a lot of work on our beating heart, the heart that beats within us, then there is a transitory period where we move into this high heart energy. And that's when I begin to see the heart chakra with the blending, the dancing of the green and the pink. Okay. When we're in the healing space, I predominantly do, when the heart has healing to do, I see this area as pink, the rose quartz energy. And then when much of that healing work is done, the green of the high heart, the thymus gland, streams in. So B sounding breath, simply what it is. We're just going to sit here like silly little kids in front of a fan, or maybe we're sitting in a circle on the grass and there's flies and butterflies and dragonflies floating around us. And let's just do some B sounding breath together. Let's be silly together, and then we'll wrap it up and we'll go about our merry way. Okay. So it's just, okay, I'll just do it. And when I used to teach my classes, the best part of it is we would do a lot of like chanting, like mantra, like Om and stuff like that. And I would just giggle most of the time. And then the whole room would giggle, and it was a lot of fun. So if we giggle, we giggle. So let's do it. Nice big inhale. when you do it, your tongue will go towards the roof of your mouth, just behind your teeth. Okay, so let's do a few more of those together. It's kind of fun. And see how it clears up. See if it clears anything up. Nice deep breath. Inhale. That's all I can do. I can imagine someone tuning into this video for the first time and they make it to the end. Hey, if you made it to the end and it's your first time here, you are a real one. Sacred deal. So thanks so much for being here. Yeah, if you made it to the end and you stuck through for that, it's good work. And how did it feel? Did you try it? And if you didn't try it, if you were more, if you didn't try it and weren't doing it with me, yeah, try it. It's good stuff. It's good stuff. And you know what? If you try it, I mean, what's it going to take? It's just 3 breaths. All you have to do is 3 breaths. And if you try it and it doesn't work, throw it out. It's not for you. And that's the beautiful thing about, yeah, I did teach yoga. I started yoga back in, I was introduced to yoga. I was about 24 years old and I was living on my own in Toronto. And I was a real gym babe. I used to say gym rat, but I'm going to say gym babe back in those days at the gym early in the morning. And so anyways, one day, as I was getting off the bus, I guess I was going to the gym after work that day. And as I was getting off the bus, I stepped off and I felt something pull in my hamstring. I thought it was my hamstring. So I went to the gym, did a very light workout that day, went home, my leg wasn't feeling great. And so I had a hot bath. That's what I knew to do, or that's what I thought would do. It felt good. I woke up the next morning and I put my right foot on the ground and searing pain shot up my leg from my heel right up to my hip. Long story short, many of you probably already know that symptom, sciatica. And it was terrible. And for 8 days, I was pretty well out. I mean, I went to a doctor. I don't do doctors. I went to a doctor and I'm like, I don't know. I think I pulled my hamstring. I'm not sure. And she's the one that diagnosed the sciatica. And that's when I introduced myself to Iyengar yoga. That's where I got my start. So Iyengar yoga is very much prop based. So working with bolsters, blocks, straps, chairs, walls, anything. And I did that for a long time. And then so I was just a participant in yoga. And then about 15 years ago, I did my 350-hour certification and taught it and loved it. And Iyengar is very prop based. So it's like you can't do the forward fold. Yes, you can, because we'll work with bolsters to get you up into the forward fold. So it's basically easing people into it because, our bodies are so tight and tense. And I mean, the truth about yoga is it was created for young boys back in the day, right? To focus their energy. And so here in the West, it's being very much, yoga here is not really yoking, right? Bringing together. And it's really a personal journey. And it's really about flexibility, body, mind, spirit, and showing up as showing up as the medicine person in our own life, because with twists with our twists and stuff. Congratulations. Well done. Um, hmm. With the twists and stuff, we massage our internal organs and stuff like that. And so instead, the internal or the liver is sluggish or whatever, let's do some twists and get that, liver, bringing it out. Yeah. And yesterday, the throat chakra came up yesterday also in those whimsical Wednesday messages. And it came up and then it appeared through um, uh, a crystal as well for confirmation. So, anyways, ladies, I am going to. It's 12:44. It feels like and it just turned to 45. It feels like the perfect time to say so long. I'm feeling tomorrow. I'm going to let's connect live tomorrow because I'm home. So we'll do. And I'm feeling like free for all Friday. So we'll just come to Friday and see. It was the Sacred Rebel Freedom Friday. That's every day, right? We're the Sacred Rebels. We're that every single day. You're so welcome. Thank you. I mean, it's at 5 1s across the board. Yeah, thank you. Just honestly, thank you all so much. This really is my love. This is my second baby. My big baby is he's big. Well, and then I have the fur babies and all of that. This is my passion. And this is my mission. I can't get away from it. Honestly, I've been trying to get away from it since 1994 when I had sciatica and I received the message I was a light worker here in service to the greatest and highest good of humanity. I'm like, seriously, that's ridiculous. I'm little lisalyle. And, here I still am. Little lisalyle, middle-aged version. And if I'm not gonna bring the dream to life, who's gonna do it, right? This is that time slip sliding away, that blip, that pause, the sacred pause, and getting on with it. Yeah, 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 I am. So yeah, tomorrow, let's do it in the evening though. I really want to go and explore around tomorrow. And because it's going to be a fairly nice day. So I'd like to get out and get down to the lake. I can't wait to have some extra resources to get my laptop battery replaced because there's a really good video on there too that was partially uploaded before the battery completely died. So hopefully I'll be able to do that sometime before the end of the summer, and I can get down to the lake and do some lives and videos down there, find a new office space. So we're going to go live tomorrow evening. Well, somewhere I'll figure it out tomorrow, but somewhere between 8:11 and 9:11. And we'll connect and we'll just see. Maybe I'll pull some cards and we'll have some fun together. Friday night fun. Yeah. So until then, everyone, thanks so much for showing up. I see you. I feel you. I love you. Your presence here, whether the first time or a many time connection, I am eternally grateful for. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I see you, I feel you, I love you. I trust that whatever you see here with me, you know that is simply a reflection of you. Back to Earth School we go. Until tomorrow, everyone. Have fun.